Hello, my friends. I have returned once more. I've got a pretty important exam later today for one of my professional designations at my work, and spent this morning doing some studying for that last minute, just some crunch time things, and I'm feeling pretty good today. And so, one of the things that always helps me in the mornings is to play Mons and approach it in a systematic, pragmatic type of way. And that always helps me to activate my mind, warm up the problem solving processes. So I figured I'd hop on and play some and record myself like I say I do to keep me accountable for good playing. And so I figured I'd record some. I didn't actually play all that much since yesterday. But yeah, it's time to keep on marching on that OLT Cycle 2 ladder. It's Thursday, so I'm definitely not going to make it all the way to the top. But hey, let's see how far we can go, right? Only have so much time to play so many games. But anyway, I'm using the Dark Fairy offense again. Seems to be good for this part of the ladder. I've got the Primarina, the Iron Valiant, the Landorus there, and the Kingambit, Roaring Moon, and Cinderace. If you want to see a preview of that team, then I'll link the video, or you could just go check it out yourself. Either way. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it. All right. Okay, Candace. Let's play some Pokemon. You have the Garchomp, the Cinderace, the Iron Valiant, the Raging Bolt, the Ogerpon, Wellspring, and the Corviknight. I've got the Primarina, the Iron Valiant, the Landorus, the Kingambit, the Roaring Moon, and the Cinderace. Okay, so right off the bat, Iron Balloon, Kingambit. Right off the bat, the Garchomp is not something I prepare for too much because I view it as more of an anti-meta pick. I've built with it, but yeah, maybe that makes me a hypocrite. Whatever. So Garchomp, probably Landorus will be a good thing to help keep it at bay. Kingambit has Air Balloon, so it could probably hit it once. Catch it with a Sucker, potentially preserve its Air Balloon that way. Primarina could be pretty good. Takes Rough Skin from the contact move, Draining Kiss. Obviously Iron Valiant, clap it. Cinderace will be Landorus, my own Cinderace. Primarina's good against Cinderace. Obviously the Landorus doesn't want to take a Will-O-Wisp because it's the Earthquake. Iron Valiant will probably be Cinderace, maybe. This is looking more like a Terrafire Kingambit situation, so that would be pretty good against it. Yeah, Roaring Moon at +1 could do it, but then we've got the Corviknight. If I end up getting rid of the Corviknight with the something, then Roaring Moon can go in. If it's shipped enough, then Roaring Moon can knock off and kill it. If it doesn't have any iron defenses, the Raging Bolt, Landorus is going to be pretty important. So Landorus is important in this game. Gonna have to make sure and not waste its value too much. The Ogerpon, that's dangerous, right? I would like to catch it with a Will-O-Wisp, but then again, I'd be wasting value on that. The Corviknight can be bopped by Terrafire Kingambit just seems like a good thing here. So I'm thinking a Cinderace lead is probably the best thing, since I need to preserve the Landorus more. So that's what I'll do. You know what? I will go ahead and Wisp this, I think. The only thing that doesn't get Wisp is if he goes to his Cinderace. Could potentially go to his Raging Bolt as well. Okay. That's pretty good. That tells me might be more of a tank chop set. So here's where I go Landorus. There's Corv. Set up one Stealth Rock just to potentially keep it busy. Because free turns versus the Corviknight is key, right? And he gets the Rocky Helmet chip. We'll take more chip when he comes back in. Alright. He's going to Court Change, get a free Earthquake off. Alright. I think I go my own Cinderace now. Yeah, that ended up netting me a pretty good play there. I threatened out with Will-O-Wisp. He's going to get tired of the Cinderace probably. There's the Garchomp again. Go land. Okay. I didn't want to blow my booster that soon, but might end up netting me. Get rid of the Rocky Helmet. If I can Encore this, and what does he do? What comes in on me? It's not the Ogerpon. Yeah, it's a Cinderace. Okay. Not too bad. He U-turns. I kiss something. Right, okay, that's interesting. Not exactly the thing I would have done. I mean, Brave Bird does make it a little bit difficult, but... Okay, there's Heal Block. So he can't Roost. It is faster than me. Let's bulk up Corv. Go, why Cinderace? Why not Ogerpon? He's probably gonna go Ogerpon right now. She's probably gonna. Seems to be a female. I keep on calling him he because it's such a male-dominated game. Okay, yeah, he goes the Ogerpon. Okay. So if I U-turn, that means I'm willing to throw something away. If I... Well, I've not Terra'd yet. If I Will-O-Wisp, that means I'm willing to throw the Cinderace away, which probably is fine, actually. But if I... Okay, well, what does the Valiant do? 72? Man, he's really afraid of that. She's really afraid of that. Okay, have to go Landorus. Ouch. Okay, I have to U-turn. I cannot give that Corviknight any opportunity. Ooh, that's what I'm looking for. Let's say this thing Terras. I do not kill with Moonblast. Okay, so I have to close combat here. Excuse me. Bye-bye, Corviknight. Yeah, here comes this thing. Alright, Landorus is pretty much dead anyways. Actually, what do I need? to Leftovers Raging Bolt. So the Thunderclap would do, let's assume that I'm back at normal, would do 76, yeah, so this thing isn't getting past the, so do I throw this out now, or do I think I can still utilize it against the Ogerpon and the Garchomp. So now, the court change is a good play, I think. Excellent. Alright, invalidated. Ah, oh no! Okay, gotta do it again. Why do I keep forgetting about Encore Valiant? Dang. Alright. Alright, so no more of that. Best thing to do here is just go Prim. Okay. I think I immediately just Kiss here. Steel. Nice. Okay, so Moonblast is not gonna quite kill, but it did. It did a max roll. Excellent. Well, that's the mix set, actually. Well, yeah, it actually is the mix set, but whatever. Okay, let's say I Terra this, hypothetically, and it doesn't kill. Okay. No Dark Resist. Since he just she just squandered her Dark Resist here. Aha, there's the close combat. I knew it was there. There we are. Okay. So now, we know that this Ogerpon is Swords Dance. In the event that, okay, we gotta think. Okay, alright. In the event that this thing comes out, there's the Garchomp. Dragon-tailed Chomp. I think I throw out the Cinderace. It's useless. Bolt is already burned. I think Roaring Moon is a good play here. Okay. Now this thing is faster and it is leftovers. So Sucker Punch would not win the priority war. However, Kowtow would probably win the priority war. I have enough HP. Okay. He's gonna clap here. He's not gonna clap. Dang it. Okay. Thunderclap doesn't kill this, and we're okay. Alright, GG. Alright. felt a little uncertain there, so I'll go back again, watch the video, look at the replay. Any critique on that game, friendly critique, helpful critique, is welcome in the comments. Let's find another. A lantern. Nice. Alright. So we've got the Lantern, the Rillaboom, Great Tusk, the Raging Bolt again, the Clefable, and Moltres. Man, Raging Bolt is just so scary. Golly. Okay, so Primarina, Iron Valiant, Landorus, Kingambit, Roaring Moon, Cinderace. Okay, so alright, so how are we going to answer the Lantern? That's a pretty interesting Pokemon there. It's slow. Something tells me that because this player has a Lantern, that it's planning some kind of weird Terra stuff, potentially. So we'll be on the lookout for that. The Rillaboom will be Cinderace and Landorus. Combination of the two. Possible Kingambit. Roaring Moon can take like one Grassy Glide. Two Grassy Glides from full. The Great Tusk, Landorus. The Raging Bolt, Landorus. The Clefable, probably Cinderace. Combination of Primarina. Primarina is actually pretty good in the end game here. Moltres, Primarina again. Yeah, Prim is a good in-game mon with Terra, so I think we might want to save the Terra for Primarina. Not accounting for any knockoffs because it's Terra Ghost. So I think the best lead here, Landorus gimps something except for Moltres across the board. So, alright, this Lantern, we U-turn here on the Moltres, luckily no burn. The so I'm faster than everything, unboosted, so wasting the booster energy is not terrible. I want to knock off the Moltres. Alright, still have free Moonblasts, so oof, that was a lot more than I thought it would take, honestly. But the good news is that Moltres is now gimped against rocks, so now Landorus officially does gimp Moltres. So good mon in this matchup. Okay. Am I faster? Probably not. I swear, if he goes Moltres and I burn myself on the Draining Kiss, that would suck. Okay, alright, we're alright. The Will-O-Wisp. Oh, you're officially a dead Moltres. Nice. Watch me go land on his Volt Switch. Has to go Moltres, exactly. So Lantern again. Yeah, I made a mistake by going Valiant. That was not a good matchup for Valiant. I was just placing too much stock in the knockoff, but now he's able to play around the rocks. And he has a whole freaking Great Tusk too, so that was a mistake. Let's see. Well, Roaring Moon does double resist. However, the impatient part of me wants to hard aggro here. But that's not going to do the maximal amount of damage. Wisp. Right, okay. So, land. And not. There we go. And that's why I'm grass, not Landorus. Right there. Ouch. That hurts. That hurts. So that's... Oh, okay. There's Prim. Let's Draining Kiss. Right, okay. You know, a Terra Moon might not be terrible. What? Against the Raging Bolt, wouldn't matter. So I'm still thinking some form of Prim. Well, what happens actually? So that's a ban Rillaboom. So it's likely carrying Knockoff. The Great Tusk is also carrying Knockoff. That's another case for saying you might not be double knock. There's only one way to know, really, for sure. Start making risky plays here. Ouch. That was not good. Starting to get too risky. I'm not weighing out the reward versus the risk correctly. I'm not thinking about that. So... Of course, Terrify or Kingambit again might actually be what wins this game since the Great Tusk is gone. So here's what I do. I go Moon and I continue to knock off. Stays in. Interesting. Bring in that lantern. Thank you. Alright, I let the Rillaboom have this, I believe. Well, that would be a Hail Mary, actually. Best thing to do, I think, is actually throw out Iron Valiant at this point, because 3 of the 4 Mons that they have left, Iron Valiant is not beating. So that's what I'll do. How much is Rilla doing to Gambit here? That was what? Grassy Glide? Yeah. Okay, so How much is it doing to Roaring Moon? Okay, not enough. It's the acro. You can have this now, I think. Alright. Now I court change. Gimp the Moltres. Good. Okay, now it's time for Hail Mary. I Terra now in case he goes Moltres, right. Okay. That will preserve me from any possibility of getting burned. I Kotal. Not much risk there. Now this is where things become difficult. If this is Specs, I'm in trouble. That's supposed to do pivot. Thunderbolt is supposed to do. That's Specs. Definitely Specs. Alright. Oh no, the Rillaboom's gonna kill me, isn't it? 27.9 minimum. Okay, so how can I leverage? How can I defeat this? Can I sack this, get a little bit of extra recovery? Probably doesn't work that way. Nope, doesn't work that way. That's game. Ah, GG. Yeah, that was my fault. I took way too many risky plays, was not thinking of the risk versus reward. And that was really affecting how I was looking at value. That was my fault. There's a lot to learn in that game, actually. A lot to learn in that game. Yeah, some of those plays were just not necessary. If I had two of those Mons back that I lost to unnecessarily risky plays, then I would have won that game. So, okay, well, we move forward. We learn from it. Let's get another one. All right, Anji V. Let's play some Pokemon. Has a Keldeo. That's pretty cool. Dragapult, Gouging Fire, Iron Moth, Iron Treads, Keldeo, and Rillaboom. This team does not like Rillaboom. Primarina, Iron Valiant, Landorus, Kingambit, Roaring Moon, Cinderace. Okay, so Dragapult, Kingambit, potential Roaring Moon if it's locked into Ghost Move. Primarina can take it pretty well if it's Calm Mind already set. The Gouging Fire, Primarina, Landorus, Terrifier, Kingambit, potentially. The Iron Moth will be answered by kind of soft-walled by Cinderace, but I don't really do anything in return. Roaring Moon can wall it, provided that it's not Dazzling Gleam. Terrifier, Kingambit, again, is good. Um, Landers can probably take one hit from that, but that's not something I want to throw in on it. I'm not Psyshock Val on this team, so Terra Ghost Primarina can be pretty good against it. The Iron Treads, Landorus, I think. Balloon Kingambit is good. If I'm faster on any given moment with Iron Valiant, I can knock it out with a close combat. The Prim again can be pretty good, but its Earthquakes can wear it down too quick. The Keldeo, Primarina, definitely is a really good check to Keldeo. Gets a free kiss off. I mean, obviously Roaring Moon can hit it, so can Iron Valiant. Nothing else really though. The Rillaboom again, so Cinderace, Landorus. Gonna make sure that Landorus doesn't get too worn down, so I'm gonna try to leverage Cinderace more. I really have two options here. I could take the aggressive option and lead with Iron Valiant, anticipating his Polt lead, or I could lead with Cinderace, which is not a great idea, actually. I think Valiant lead is the best play here. Okay, so... Dang, I should have led Cinderace. You know, I was overthinking it, because the basic thing about leads is don't lead something that's going to lose to the most dangerous Mon versus you. This Rillaboom is the most dangerous Mon to me. And I disobeyed that rule. I should have chosen Cinderace. So, and now I've ruined my booster energy. That was needlessly aggressive of me. Okay, so now I have to go Cinderace. And then U-turn out into Landorus to help with the Gouging Fire. I'd like to get a Stealth Rock going. Right, there's Keldeo. I always go Prim on this. I hope it's not some Terra Poison or Electric, whatever. There's the Rilla again. The Gorilla. Alright, so there's Woodhammer. And there's no way he stays in here with Rillaboom. There's Keld once more. Now, this is something I am comfortable with doing. Yeah. CC. There goes Iron Treads. So, something to note about this game here is that I did not lead correctly. Not even close. Alright, so I gotta go Cinderace because I still can't let that Gouging Fire get far. Right, okay, so now I can go Landorus because I didn't want to lose double on the Landorus. Rocks. Why did I do that? Folks, I already knew that I had rocks up. I'm just losing it. I've got a lot of things on my mind, I think is the problem. I'm thinking about that exam later today. So, my mental energy is focused on that, so that just might be why I'm making lapses in judgment right now. So let's... Am I okay with losing my balloon? I think I am. I think I'm okay with that. Kowtow. He's probably going to go into Keldeo. Yeah. Which is fine. I have to block anything it can do. Vacuum Wave. Nice. Okay. Yes. There we go. Goodbye, Rillaboom. So now that's gone. Thankfully. Here is the Iron Moth, which is going to try and Sludge Wave me 100%. So, I think the best thing to do here is Terra and Calm Mind. Ghost! Oh no. Please don't be Terra Blast. Oh my goodness. Okay. I've never seen one of those before. Terra Ghost Iron Moth. Very interesting. Boosts are unequal this game. What do you mean? Oh, because he's not getting the Fire Dance boost. Well, that's kind of the risk of that in the first place. Okay, let's say that this is Specs. What does it do? Not enough. Curse. Interessante. %100% uses Fire move on me here. Okay, Landorus has to come out. Still kills. I allow the Keldeo to kill me. Well. Yeah, GG. Nah, bro. That's the risk you run with Fiery Dance. I don't want to complain about it. Okay. GG. Salt. Salt is funny. Okay. Well, I think I managed it okay. Maybe a few other things that I could have thought through better. But especially that after that lead, I really botched the lead on this one. That was a very clear-cut flaw in my decision making. So that's I should have always led Cinderace there, because the most dangerous thing was the Rillaboom, and my dedicated check was Cinderace in order to keep the Landorus pressure off of the Landorus for other things. So I needed to lead Cinderace, and it was kind of neutral versus everything except the Polt. Which the reason I didn't do that was that the Polt is a common lead, but I have to think more about the matchup, right? Got to think more about the matchup itself. What's actually the best decision, rather than just talking about general trends. So, plus I had checks for the Polt, and not very much for the Rillaboom. So capitalizing on what defensive impact I did have and checking offensively was the play there. Okay, let's find one more. Thibault, 56. I think I know a Thibault, don't I? Well, let's play some Pokemon. Okay, Great Tusk, Clodsire, Ogerpon, Hatterene, Zapdos, Cinderace. Alright, we've got Primarina, Iron Valiant, Landorus, Kingambit, Roaring Moon, Cinderace. Okay. Very interesting team. Got some very annoying Fatmons. Alright, so the Great Tusk can be checked by Landorus, can be whisked by Cinderace, can be knocked out by Iron Valiant. Primarina can kill it too, but generally the switch in is Landorus. The Clodsire, Landorus again, completely walls the Primarina. Roaring Moon can do some pandemonium on it. the Kingambit with Air Balloon might be untouchable to that Clodsire. Generally is. So let me see. The Ogerpon again is very dangerous. The Iron Valiant outspeeds. The Cinderace can U-turn on it and get a Wisp off at the cost of some substantial HP. The Hatterene answered by the Kingambit. The Landorus can kind of sit there, take its nuzzles. The Zapdos, obviously, you know, only thing that hits Landorus is the Hurricane bar any weird Terra stuff. The Iron Valiant can hit it. The Roaring Moon can knock it off. Hopefully, gambling on that not getting paralyzed. Cinderace can hit it, but doesn't want to stay in on it. So I'm looking at the Cinderace, Landorus. Primarina is good against Cinderace. My own Cinderace can sort of sit on each other. Alright, so I think the best thing to do is lead with Landorus, right? Yeah, and this lead gives me a lot of problems. So he's probably going to just hard cudgel here, which I don't like. So I'm going to have to do some shifty stuff. Yeah, okay. Bring in Cinderace. Okay, there's that. I will Wisp him. I know somebody by this last name. I wonder if this is them playing. Oof. Oof, I thought that would do a little less, but ouch. Okay, there's that. I don't want to give up my Air Balloon. Now, Roaring Moon is not the best here, so, but it does have impact versus this. Oh my gosh. I got red. Alright. So here's what I'll do.
Okay, I had to get my other microphone out. Sorry about that. Yeah, I played that really horribly, that last one. So, yeah, I'm going to find another one. Got to end it off on a better note than that. Okay, so we have Webb's offense here with the Golden Go. Luckily, Cinderace doesn't care about the good as gold ability. Alright, 1462. That doesn't matter. So, Ribombee, Porygon Z, really cool. Limora, the Roaring Moon, the Golden Go, and the Zamazenta. We got the Primarina, the Iron Valiant, the Landorus, the Kingambit, Roaring Moon, and Cinderace. Alright, so with a... Okay, so Ribombee can get bought by Cinderace, but will also probably get paralyzed by it. Landorus doesn't care too much, can U-turn on it. And then we can... Well, Moon doesn't like it either. We can... that's tough, actually. So... Well, everything outspeeds the Kingambit anyway, so I guess Kingambit doesn't matter too much if it gets paralyzed. So what we can do, anyway, is keep going, actually, before we get to that part. Porygon Z, likely a Terragos Primarina or an Iron Valiant can kill it. If it's always faster, so unless it's Scarf, and then I don't have my booster energy. Kingambit can do pretty good against it with Sucker Punch. The Glimmora, the Landorus, obviously Cinderace can turn the tide on all the hazards, so we'll save that as a back pocket option. The Roaring Moon, the Balloon Kingambit is pretty good, but if I have to utilize it versus the Ribombee, then that's not going to be too much of an option. Primarina can take one and do stuff. Landorus, Intimidate's going to be important versus that. The Golden Go, the Kingambit, the Cinderace, and the Primarina with Calm Mind. The Zamazenta, the Primarina. Terragos Primarina seems to be like an in-game here. So what we'll do is lead Landorus. That's how we're going to deal with the B. And then I'm going to U-turn, let it set the webs on me. If it doesn't set the webs, we could potentially... It doesn't set the webs. We could potentially Moonblast it? No, we can't. We cannot do that. Okay. I think the plan is the same. Yeah, plan's the same here. Okay, he sets webs. I keep my balloon intact, which is nice. I'm going to reverse those webs on him at some point. He goes straight for the Roaring Moon. Zacro. And a Dead Moon. Alright. Let's see. What do we do here? Scare stuff with Cinderace. Honestly, do not care about the T-Spikes. Coming right back in anyways. Rock Polish. Rock Polish Glimmora. That's a little bit scary, actually. Okay, so... I wonder if it's Meteor Beam. It probably is Meteor Beam, actually. Pop the air balloon. Well, that just got interesting. See, I was so sure that I was going to bring the Cinderace back in and then reverse the webs, the hazards. But that's something I was a little bit too sure of, I guess. So, I guess before matters get worse, we go prim and only take the single psychic. Right. Had to stop that thing at all costs. I can still reverse the webs at some point. Okay. I have to reverse the webs here. Okay, that's all right. Or is it all right? That's not all right, actually. Dang it. What do we do about that? He body presses, almost kills the Cinderace. Well, let's see. Actually. What does this do to a Terra Roaring Moon? Likely 2 goes. Ouch. That might be my opportunity right there. Heavy Slam. Okay, bring in Kingambit. Three turns. So, I think Kingambit is the only play. Heavy Slam's not doing much against the Gambit. Okay. Interesting. If I kowtow here, alright. And if I Terra, takes a max of 69%, only a 25% chance to OHKO. Oh, this is okay. This is difficult. Think about this for a second. No lefties. Let's say I have to kowtow. I have one shot to sucker here. I can still sucker. I can still sucker. 17. There we go. Woof! Tight spot. What does Moon do this? 92.9? Yeah, okay, we're good. I've still has the booster energy, so. Okay, there goes that. Don't say GG too early, my friend. Something we all need to learn. Wow. Okay, that was a that was a tense situation. I think Terrifier King Gambit wins the thumbnail on this video though, so that will be the one. Thank y'all for watching, and there's a lot of good stuff to go over in this one. A lot of mistakes, some tense situations as well. So thank you so much.